Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do this video for this tarot reading for BTS RM for Namjoon. So yes, because I have been reading for Virgo idols. I had read for JK, and I still have pending to read for Namjoon, that he's also a Virgo. So yeah, this video is dedicated to him. So yeah, let's begin with the cards that he got. We start very strong with the King of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords, the Five of Swords in the middle. We have the Page of Swords, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. And then from the other um, tarot deck that I own, I pulled an extra card as an advice, and I got the Two of Swords. And the keyword in this card, it says indecision. So it's very interesting, these cards. I think that it sort of resonates a bit with the readings. In my live stream, I have been dedicating readings for all the BTS members after they were discharged from the military, when they came back, and I had read for the romantic life as well in for the rest of 2025. And we are already in September. And also when I got the cards for JK, I think that I know that everyone is excited to see what the guys are going to do next. I think that these are very sensitive times. Things are not okay. um Things are not like they are supposed to be, and this is not about the members and their dynamic or their relationship with each other. I think that this has to do with business. This has to do with decision making. This has to do with maybe their brand, what they communicate, what they don't communicate, what is being said to them, the messages they receive, and what they are not telling them. Maybe even the papers, that the contracts that they're signed, the documents that they had already signed. It feels very analytical, everything. And I think that for Namjoon, because I'm reading for him today, it feels like, the last months of 2025, he definitely has to step up, like the leader that he is, like the very strong and intelligent man that he is. I definitely do see it here, with the King of Wands. But these are moments where, yeah, decision, like he not decision, because I do have the curve in indecision, so it sort of makes sense that he has to be strong. He has to show up as the leader. He's always going to show you guys this strong energy, this determination, this energetic persona of his. Him being this very influential person as well. He's very confident. He's confident in himself. This is why we have the King of Wands as the first card. But things, I think that he knows. Definitely, there's something. Every time I read for Namjoon, I have this strong feeling that he knows everything. He knows everything. I think that nothing surprises him about how things develop sometimes. Either because he has a great intuition, or he's just very observant and intelligent. But at the same time, I think that he also knows how to hold his ground, and how to be like, okay, you know this is your problem, not my problem. And I think that this is very important, because he is going to defend what he considers that is his problem, or his territory, or his group. And if there's another kind of issues, he's like, you hire someone else, because yes, I'm really good as a leader. I'm someone with integrity. I'm someone that I'm strong, I'm intelligent, but you're not going to use my intelligence or my influence to fix your problems. If there's people that has problems, I think that Namjoon is like in this very combative. He's very sharp with words and communication. He's going to be very He has been and he's going to continue to be like this probably for the rest of 2025. There's something about him being very, very cutthroat. I would say very like straightforward, very honest, very raw about like, okay, this is my response. Yes, no, thank you, next. Very, very cold, also very detached. But I think that he's like, I somehow have to pick up the pieces of, everyone's mess. And I think that for him, this is unacceptable. This is not acceptable, whatever is going on. And when I say this, I think that it's all about the business. It's all about the business, or it's about the brand. It's about the deals. It's about the image of the group. He's protecting his group. He's protecting his members, or maybe him as a leader. And as a person that has been in this industry for a very long time, I think that he's very disappointed in a lot of decision making that has been happening while he was gone. I think that he's not in good terms with a lot of people. I think that relationships have been broken, the trust has been broken, and I think that he's sort of like putting on this very brave front and being like, I see you. I see your true colors. I see all of you. You disappointed me. So in consequence, I'm going to make some, very maybe strict comments, or I'm going to make certain remarks, or I'm going to say certain things that probably are going to offend a few people that they expect me to be all lovey-dovey. And I think that Namjoon is not feeling lovey-dovey lately. He's like, this was so unintelligent, and I don't want unintelligent people around me. I think that definitely I see his maturity in here. This is why I'm like, this is about business. This is about how he's seeing certain decision making, and he's like, this is so lame. This is so lame. Like, what did you do this? Um, and I think that he, it feels like he also is like cutting some people off of his life, fighting certain people. I don't see fighting people, because I think that he's more like putting people in their places. He's like, okay, you're of no good use to me. We cannot be associated to each other anymore. So there's something about him just not wanting to waste his time with certain people in certain certain circumstances. He's like, I don't have time for this. The Five of Swords in the middle is that he is fed up. He probably is very angry. I don't know. I get the word disappointment a lot. Like, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. And I'm letting them know. I'm letting them know that I'm not happy. I'm not happy about this. And I'm going to say it to their faces. Like, I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about how they handle certain things. And there's something about him, I think that maybe if the fans, and maybe, I don't think that he will publicly address certain things, because this is more like conversations that he has with people face to face, or even when he send them messages, it's very cold, it's very like formal, and there's not any feelings. But he's like, I have to come up with a new strategy. And new strategy for me is that if you are not responsible, or if you are not trustworthy, I don't want you in my team. I don't want you to represent us. So get lost. I think that these are moments. These are very, you know, these are moments that I think that he knew that they were going to come at some point. He knew that people would, I don't know, I don't want to say people would break, but there's something about him being like, yeah, I know people eventually, that they, when you put them on a certain pedestal and they fall. He's like, I knew I was going to be disappointed at some point, but he didn't expect all of this. So I think that he mentally, he's trying to, analyze everything, But also having very harsh conversation with people to let them know that there's no reconciliation. There's no way that you can convince Namjoon to forgive or forget. I see him very sharp, honestly. The Page of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles is giving me like he's going to in the next months also try to maybe build, maybe create something of his own, or start working. I think that he's like, I need to go back to my hobbies, or I need to go back to work, or to start a process where I can put my energy into this, because I'm feeling a bit nervous. He's feeling like, you know, nervous. He's feeling like too annoyed. When you are annoyed, when you're angry, when you are dissatisfied, when you're like, this is not what I wanted. Um, but I think that this is why I'm like, for me, for BTS members, for me, I'm like, guys, wait till this year ends. I hope we can see the fruits of their labor next year in 2026, because 2025 it feels like there's a lot of confrontation, there's a lot of arguments. I see, especially specifically for Namjoon, I see him just being very analytical, very Virgo of himself, of course. Trying to, you know, trying to. I feel like there's something about him being like, I have to pick up the pieces of this mess, and I have to start all over, and I have to, you know, um, work on this. I have to, you know, um, clean this mess. I don't know if he feels like that responsible or what, but I think that he's not like happy. He's not happy. He's not happy at all. He's angry. So he's, instead of having, discussions with people, he's like, I better do not see these people because I have nothing nice to say to them. Um, I wonder if he also is a bit sharp with the fans, because he's like, guys, don't rush me because I'm not in a good mood, and I'm working on this. This is why I'm like, guys, don't push it with him, because he's trying to go back to work. It's just that, maybe the the environment is just very heavy. I think that he's just annoyed. And when he's in this mood, it's better to leave him alone. It's better to, not invade his space. He definitely, with the Page of Swords, he has new ideas. He's thinking about, like, okay, how can I, connect with creativity, with passion? How can I, write? I think that there's something about his mind being like, I need to write more. I need to, reflect, and just sit down, and just create something out of this, because, otherwise I'm going to go crazy. Maybe take up another hobby. But yeah, with the Eight of Pentacles, not the Eight of Pentacles, sorry, the Seven of Pentacles, is all, about patience. Whatever he's going to create is going to take a while for him to develop this. So I don't see it this year, but definitely he's going to work. He's going to be working. He probably is already working on this. It's just that for him, this feels more like escape from the drama, or escape from, him feeling like not satisfied. Like he's very disappointed. This is what I have to say. The word that keeps repeating itself is disappointment. But yeah, the Two of Swords, indecision. I think that these also are times where this is why we have a lot of cards of swords. I think that he could have, very harsh discussions, and giving certain people certain feedback, and just being, very sharp about certain comments that he makes. But the Two of Swords is also giving me, like, he can have discussions with people, but that doesn't mean that he cannot reconcile with these people, even if in his mind and in his perception, or whatever he says, he's like, okay, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I'm not talking to you. Get away. Like, I don't want to see you, like, bye. But the Two of Swords is also, there's a part of him that he's like, this is not definitive. Because the Two of Swords is like this Libra card, where this is why we have the card indecision, because it's not a moment to make like this um abrupt decision of like, oh yeah, he is no longer friends with this person, or he is no longer working with this person, because maybe maybe in the future there could be a reconciliation, because the cards here is all about what you say or how you express yourself. I don't see Namjoon acting on this or making strong decisions this year. I think that that's the wisest thing that he can do, is that, yeah, he can reflect on how he's feeling, and how maybe he's overwhelmed with a lot of perceptions, opinions of his. He maybe is not happy, but at the same time, the Two of Swords is like, hold on a minute. Don't make like the biggest decisions, the groundbreaking ones, like don't make them now that you are angry. Don't make decisions, or don't do something while you're feeling like this, while you're feeling so angry or so fed up or so stressed. Don't make decisions now. Wait, calm down a bit, drop the swords a bit, drop the swords, drop the defensiveness, maybe go, silent mode for a while, don't respond. Maybe this has to do also with the media, or with the, maybe rumors and things, and the cards is like, don't say anything, just go, spend time on your own, do what you want to do, go, do what you love to do, invest in your, create something new, surround yourself with positive things, positive activities, positive people. Even though I do see him very lonely, but I think that he's so, he's so reactive that, I don't know, I feel him very nervous. So I'm like, it's okay that he's taking maybe time for himself. But the Two of Swords is like, you know, don't make assumptions yet. Because he, with time, maybe things will get better. And so it's not all, he doesn't have to make a decision now about certain people, because he has to wait. He has to wait. He has to wait. With the Two of Swords, this is why, when I read for for the other BTS members, I'm like, guys, don't, I know that they will not listen, because they don't know me, and I don't know them, but energetically, I feel it like, I know it's tough. I know they're super hardworking. I know they, especially in the case of Namjoon, he's a man of action as well. So he wants to reverse things, or he wants to activate things very fast. But at the same time, it's like, you better slow down a bit, take your time, be patient with yourself, be patient with others. Relationships are not easy. People are complex. Yeah, people sometimes they are not what it seems, and not at all in the industry that he's in. But give them the benefit of the doubt. With the Two of Swords, with the indecision, is hold your horses. Just take distance, but don't make a decision now, because things can change. Things can change, and maybe he will go back to working with these people again. So he will not fire them entirely. So yeah, just don't. It's not a good moment to make like a drastic decision, based on how maybe nervous and uneasy he feels. So yeah, this is what I have for the rest of 2025 for Namjoon. So yeah, I hope the best for him and the other members. So yeah, guys, this is all I have for him for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.